How's my hair? Coach Mikey here. We're going to talk about the roundhouse kick, specifically the low kick. Now, if you've been watching this channel for a while, you know I like to talk about and work on self-defense. And in my opinion, you need to know 4 things if you want to be decent at self-defense. You don't have to master everything, but you got to be competent, right, in these 4 areas. Boxing. Boom, 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 boom. Stand-up clinching and wrestling, right? Boom, boom, boom. Groundwork, and then, well, you can get away without the kicks, but I like to kick, okay? So 2 specific kicks I like to show for self-defense. Front kick, the low kick, okay? And then just a little extra oblique kick, if you want. It's important to be able to use your legs for kicking if you can, okay? And why not? We have them. We have 2 feet. If I'm going to use my fist to do violence to somebody, why not use my feet, right? Think about it. If I can punch you in the face, why can't I kick you in the, right? That's good. So today we're going to talk about the low kick. One of the main staples that you should have in your martial arts diet. Now, if you have crappy hips, right, this might not be the best move in your repertoire or your bat belt or your martial arts belt, because we have belts, but yeah. But you can still have a decent low kick, okay? You can still have a decent low kick even with crappy hips. You can have a lot of decent kicks with crappy hips, but specifically today we're going to talk about the low kick, and I would love for you to join me. Okay, good. So to break this down, it's going to go a little bit of something like this. Okay, so you're going to be in your stance, of course. Your hands are up. The first part here is I'm going to step 45. Okay? Boom. 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 Good. Next part here. When you step, make sure you go to the ball of the foot. The next part here is you're going to chamber to the outside. Okay? I see a lot of times people will chamber straight. Now, you know, that can be something. But I like to chamber to the outside because I want all this space to create that energy, right? So you step 45. Now, since my toes are pointed 45 degrees, as I chamber and let my hips follow the toes, you just go right where you need to go, okay? So you're here, boom, boom. That's the second part. 1, boom, just like so, okay? Now what you're going to do is right about at center line, you're going to extend at the knee, okay? And pivot your foot. Your heel should be somewhere in the vicinity of what you're kicking, right? Boom. And you're going to do, just let it pass through. Just kick through, boom, okay? We're going to about the body here, okay? We're specifically talking about leg kicks, so try to get it to the body to practice, and then you go low, and it's a beautiful thing. Boom. Nice and easy, nice and soft. Boom. Hands up. You know, you see the Thai fighters throw that arm down. Yeah, you can generate a little bit more power with that. But again, I like to have my hands up because I want to protect my dome, okay? So a couple more times here. Okay. Other way I like to practice it is I chamber back at center line, okay? So same thing, step, chamber out, boom. Chamber back at center line, and then you beamline your foot back to its position. Boom. Boom. Okay? And then lastly, what I'll say is sometimes, and I like this one actually, I should say more than sometimes. A lot of times I'll throw this kick, land, and put my foot down right where, straight down, okay? So I'm here, boom, put my foot down. Say if it landed, right, or they block a certain way, right, or if you're just feeling it, you put your foot right down. Now you're in range to clinch or elbow, whatever you like. Foot down, okay? Boom, foot down. Boom, just like so. Okay, so I'll go through these again with a little bit more speed. First one, my favorite, I would have to say, because you get to spin through, especially when doing it in the air. Boom. Hands up, spin through. One more. Good. Good. Now I'll snap it back. Boom. Put the foot down. Step back. Boom. Put the foot down. Step back. Boom. And then the last one, throw that kick, chamber it back, put the foot down right in front. Boom. Just like so. Boom. Boom. Good. So, practice to the body. We'll save head kicks for another day, right? But it's similar. All of this is similar. From a good classic roundhouse, boom. It's a good place to start to the body. Then you take that baby to the leg. And if you have the mobility and the flexibility, start practicing your head kicks. And it's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Good. So let's go ahead and move to the heavy bag. So I want you to imagine your favorite high school bully. Who's this for me? Sam D. What's up, jerk off? Excuse me. Remember that time you threw a big gulp into my face, grabbed my hair, and started punching me in front of everybody and made me cry? That's right, I'm gonna leg kick you, Mr. Jerkface, okay? So how we're gonna do this, friends, now this is a lot more fun than kicking into the air. And people always complain to me, well, not always, sometimes, well, not really sometimes. Well, you know, it's happened a couple times. People complain, I kick better when I kick stuff. Of course you do, of course you do. It's not as easy to kick into the air, right? It's harder for most people to kick in the air, especially beginners. But you have to practice into the air because what? Are you going to land every shot all the time? Right? No. Okay, so you got to know what it feels like. Now that we got Mr. Jerkface here, we're going to be able to kick a little bit harder, lean into our strikes a little bit better, and there's a couple things that we get to practice that we can't practice into the air. So the first thing I want to explain to you here is the push-off. When I throw this kick and I land here, to finish, I'm going to push my leg off to get back to my position, okay? So if I rack that out just slow, boom. I push off because I want to penetrate. It helps me get a little bit deeper into the leg, okay? So just do a couple of those. Boom. It feels really good to get that push off, and that takes practice for most of us. Next thing that I want you to do, when you do this, when you step, now instead of just stepping, I want you to kind of throw yourself into it. So it's like I'm starting to sprint. That's going to give me a little bit more power, a little bit more ump, a little bit of F you, Mr. Sam G. And I'm going to rack you right in the leg. It's going to hurt. Butt face. Remember, we're trying to hit from here up. Instep's good. And you know, you catch what you catch, but you don't want to hit somebody's knee and break your elbow. I mean, hit somebody's elbow and break your foot. Did I say that right? Whew, and everything is way cooler with the ki. Good. Another thing you got to think about is remember keeping your hands up. But again, get your head offline. I see too many times people throwing these awesome leg kicks, but they're leaving their head in the range of these awesome guns. So you might get a good head kick, but you know, kind of cancels out if you're getting punched in the face. Did I say head kick? I meant leg kick. You might get a good leg kick, but if I got to get across upside the frickin' jaw every time I land a leg kick, you know, it's kind of give or take kind of thing, right? So with your step, make sure you're bringing your head, boom, at a striking distance, okay? Boom. So we'll take this angle here. Oh, it feels good. And sometimes I admit, I love Thai fighters so much, my hand comes down, but I'm really trying not to, I promise. Good, okay. And then also, you know, you can take different angles with this stuff. You don't only go one way, right? You know, you might start here, step through with that back foot, and now I got a different angle here. My head is offline. Look at my feet. This is loaded up nice. I step with that back foot, which becomes the lead foot, and now I take a different angle with that kick. Good. Whoo. Good stuff. Good stuff. In closing, what I'll say, you know, I prefer to have my hands up, especially if we're talking about self-defense. I think more Dutch kickboxing, right? Hands up. The Thai fighters, again, they like to throw their hand down and, you know, but you ain't a Thai fighter, okay? Maybe you are. Maybe you are a famous Thai fighter and you love this channel. So if you're a Thai fighter, you want to throw your arm down, go ahead, right? Go ahead. It's probably awesome. You're probably good at it. But if you're thinking about self-defense and us beginners, okay, if we're thinking self-defense, not getting in the ring to make a living, right, in sport fighting, we're going to protect our head, okay? But if you have to do something with this arm, okay, with that hand, instead of throwing it down, just put it up, right? Put it in their face, be like, hello. Tickle your nose a little bit, right? Hoo, hoo, hoo. Put it up in their face. Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. Nice. Good. So practice that. The only way you're going to get good at any of this stuff is drilling, right? And reps. If you really want to know how to do a leg kick, you know, set yourself a goal of 1,000, right? And then when you're done with that, 1,000 more. And then when you're done with that, 1,000 more. And then when you're getting bored of shit doing the same freaking leg kick all the time, do it again, okay? That's how you're going to get good at it, right? Being a martial artist, you know, you get to a certain point, everybody's going to get to a point where they're a little bored, right? Coach is taking you through the same drills. Dude, we're doing the basics again? Yeah, we're doing the basics again because you're still not doing them right. So do the basics. Why don't you cry about it? No, don't cry about it. Or you can cry. Have your feelings. Have your feelings. It's okay. Have your feelings. Have the grieving period, right? And then get over it and move on and practice your freaking leg kick, okay? So let's bust out a couple more here. Good. I forgot something. I've been practicing this now in clinching range because I don't know if those of you that watch UFC, Justin Gaethje is super good at throwing these leg kicks from in close. So being the fan that I am, I was like, hey, I want to do that. So I've been practicing these from clinching range. I love it. I think it's a good thing. I have this tape here to kind of show where a good target would be for a leg kick, right? And I throw these right from clinching range. Now, with your lead foot, I find that I have to step back a little bit, okay? Boom, and then I throw my leg kick from there. Now, if you notice, it's kind of coming up at an angle now. It's not so much of the boom. I'm coming up from an angle. In close. good. You can do it with the front leg too. What I like about that is my supporting foot now being in the back, I can just throw that bad boy up there. Now, I'm not as strong with it, right? But you can still do it, and it's good to practice. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing there, but it's good practice, right? Ooh, that one felt good. All right, good. So practice, practice, practice. Remember, you are in charge of you, okay? Get your ass off the couch and get training.